Hello, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Laura, and we're married with board games. Back in the bygone era of the early 1990s, the highlight of our elementary school days was rushing through schoolwork to get to play a little computer game called The Oregon Trail.
Now, there was nothing particularly easy about this game except in how you played it. Create a party to cram into a wagon, make some tough decisions, and then, well, die. Usually of dysentery. But you know what I never said, though? Hey! This would make an excellent card game.
Well, apparently someone did, and the Oregon Trail can now be played out on your tabletop. Care to jump back to 1848 and join us on our journey to the Willamette Valley? Press spacebar to continue. Wait, don't. That's just a joke. We want you to watch the rest of the video.
The Oregon Trail card game is for 2 to 6 players. The time limit is very variable, just depending on how it goes. It's published by Pressman Toy Corporation, and no further credit is given to a designer or artist, which kind of set off some red flags for us at first.
The website for Pressman Toys claims the game is a great way to relive your fond memories of one of the world's most beloved computer games, and to kill off your family and friends at the same time. Sounds like a blast.
Now, the game is a Target exclusive, meaning you can only get it at Target.
Oh.
And it's only about $12, which is only about 40 cents in $1850. Let's take a look at what you're getting for your money. So here's everything that comes with the game. First thing you're going to do is take this laminated board here and write the first names of the members of your party. So, you know, you can be as boring as you want to. I'm playing Old Spencer, but Laura likes to be Calamity Jane. That's one of her favorite characters. So you can be as original or as boring as you want to. And then on the back, there are tombstones for you to write your name and an epitaph on there when you die. So if I died by drowning, I can put glug as my last words. And then of course the marker has a little eraser on the back to erase for quick cleanup at the end of the game, or to erase your name from here whenever you die. The game also comes with a 6-sided die that has the pixelated artwork on it, and you're going to use this to resolve some effects in the game. And let's get to those effects. Each player is going to get some trail cards at the beginning of the game, and that's what you're going to use to start with to build your trail on the Oregon Trail from Independence, Missouri to the Willamette Valley. You'll notice there are lots of different types of trail cards. This one says press spacebar to continue, and when you do that, you're going to draw a Calamity card. We'll get to those in a minute. Then we have just a plain old card. Those are good because nothing bad happens to them. Then you have a roll an even number to ford the river. That's where that die comes into play. Roll an odd number and lose a supply card. And then you have a fort card. So if you play that, that's really good because you can collect 2 supply cards. Those supply cards are good because they help you with calamities. So you have some spare parts, some bullets, medicine, and food, several different ones. And of course, you notice the artwork is all like the old game. On the trail, whenever you experience calamities, you'll draw calamity cards. And so you experience things like cholera. You need 2 medicine cards to cure yourself. So either you can play one or another player can play one to help you out on their turn. Broken tongue, of course, like happens in the game. Snake bite. You died of a snake bite. There's absolutely no way to combat that card if you draw it. You're just out of the game. And then, of course, everyone's favorite, dysentery. You've died of dysentery. And again, there's no way to combat that. If you draw it, you are out of the game. Then you have the start cards, Independence, Missouri, and then the finish card, the Willamette Valley, Oregon. And as you play the game, you're going to play those trail cards. And as you play them, you have to play them to where they line up like that. And if you don't, then you either have to find one that works or you have to draw a card and then wait till your next turn to play it. Basically, the game's going to go on until you play every single trail card in the game. If you have 2 players, that's going to be a long time. And if you have 6 players, you have more people contributing, so it goes by a little bit faster. So, like the computer game, the card game is very easy to play. On your turn, you have one of two options. You can either play a trail card and further along your journey, or you can play a supply card to help someone resolve one of their calamities. So overall, it's just the rules are very simple, not very complex, right? You agree?
I agree.
There was some confusion on one of the cards. It says to cross the river, you roll a die, and if you roll an even number, you can ford the river. If you roll a 1, you die by drowning. Of course, the card doesn't say anything about
3 or 5.
3 or 5. So we made a house rule that the next person will roll until either someone rolls a 1 or there is a even number rolled, but it's not very clear on that. I'd say overall, though, the rest of the game was pretty straightforward.
Definitely. As we mentioned earlier, the game is designed for 2 to 6 players. We've played 2-player games and we've played 4-player games, and we can really tell you there's not much influence as far as how many players you have, whether you will win the game or not. We've played 2-player games that have only gone 2 or 3 rounds before we both died. We've played 4-player games that have gone up to 6 rounds. That is the longest we've gone. However, 2 of us died in the first round. So by that point,
it was essentially a 2-player game.
Right.
The only benefit, I guess, it gives you by having more people in the game is you have more players to contribute to a calamity card.
Right.
But the problem with calamity cards is you can get one like the snake bite or like dysentery. There's absolutely nothing you can do to stop those.
Oh yeah, as soon as you draw it, you are out of the game.
So like in our 4-player game, say if you're playing a 6-player game and all 4 people drew either dysentery or a snake bite, you're still resolved to a 2-player game.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of difference between a 2-player and a 6-player. A 2-player game may just go a little bit quicker.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is not really any strategy involved in this game. It's all totally random.
Right.
And on that note, it really replicates the computer game. With the computer game, there's not really any strategy. You're just making selections here, making selections there, and it's just real random.
I really remember a lot of the kids in my computer lab only played the game to go hunting. You don't even get to do that in this game.
No hunting in the card game, unfortunately. But the thing is with this game, I don't think it ever really claimed to be more than what it is.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're not trying to say that this is some kind of big, huge phenomenon. They want to replicate the nostalgia of the computer game from our youth, and they do an excellent job capturing it.
Definitely succeed at that goal. This is a direct copy of the computer game, just in card game format. Of course, minus the hunting. Now, if you adored the Oregon Trail as a computer game, you're probably going to have fun with the card game. And for the price, you can't really go wrong.
Just don't expect much. Nobody really expected to play the computer game and win.
True.
Same goes for the card game. If you're the kind of gamer that must win, stay away from this game.
Now, we'll definitely hold on to it and break it out as a filler game or to have a good laugh or cry as we all die from one calamity or another.
We're going to box this one up for now. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at MarriedWithBG and check out our website, MarriedWithBG.com.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the trail.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.